Today we will be solving one-step equations with addition and subtraction. Okay, so when we are solving one-step equations, we are going to utilize something called inverse operations. And all that means is we are doing the opposite. Okay, so you can see here we have x plus 6 equals -5. Okay, we are going to try and isolate x, our variable, by itself. So we can see x equals a number or a number equals x. Either side of our equal sign is okay. Okay, so let's take a look at what this would be here. X plus 6 equals -5. So I'm going to do the inverse of this x plus 6, and that is going to be -6 or -6. Okay. If I think about an equal sign as a balance, okay, when it's something is equal, it means it's the same on both sides. Okay. So if I take away 6 from one side of my balance, I need to also take away 6 from the other side, which means I need to subtract 6 from -5. That is going to leave me with x on this side because positive 6 minus 6 equals 0. Okay, which is why we're subtracting 6 from here. And that's going to give us x plus 0, which is x. Okay, equals, and then -5 minus 6 gives us -11. Okay, so x equals -11. We can substitute this back into our original equation, which was x plus 6 equals -5. Okay, well, if x is -11, that is saying -11 plus 6 equals -5. And is this true? Well, -11 plus 6 are integer rules say if we're adding and we have opposite signs, we subtract them. 11 minus 6 is 5, and we keep the sign of the larger absolute value, which is the -11 would have a larger absolute value. So the answer is -5. So this is correct, which means x does in fact equal -11. Okay, so let's do one more example on addition together. So if I have here 7 equals 6 plus b, okay, this 6 is positive. So I am going to do the inverse or the opposite. So I'm going to subtract 6 again to get 0. But in order to keep my equation balanced or equal, I have to then also do it on the other side. Subtract 6. 7 minus 6 is 1 equals b. Okay, again, I can substitute that back into my original equation. I would get 7 equals 6 plus 1. 6 plus 1 is in fact 7. So this is correct. Okay, and there's one more addition one for you to try on your own. Okay, then we have subtraction. Well, we're going to do the same exact thing as we did for addition. We're just going to do the opposite. Okay, so y minus 3 equals -7. Well, if 3 is being subtracted from y, I'm going to add 3. Again, this gives me 0. But in order to keep my equation balanced, if I add 3 to one side, I have to add it to the other to keep it equal. Okay, this gives me y equals -4. Okay, again, substitute back into my original equation. -4 minus 3 equals -7. Okay, follow my integer rules. -4 plus -3 equals -7. Okay, addition rules. I have two negatives, which means I add them and I keep the sign. 4 plus 3 is 7, and their sign was negative, and it's still negative. So this is correct, which makes y equal to 4. Okay, and 11 equals p minus 5. We're going to do something very similar here. We are going to get p by itself. I'm going to add 5 to both sides. Okay, 11 plus 5 is 16 equals p. Substitute that back in to check my work. 11 equals 16 minus 5, and this is correct. Okay, and there's one more for you to try on your own there as well.